does perfect even mean? Is there even such a thing? Ooh, can we switch up all the rules and imagine a utopia? Darling, I'm just so fed up with these expectations. They keep weighing me down. My heart is begging me to get the hell out of my head. I'm gonna live inside the upside down for a minute and pretend, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, whoa, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, whoa, and if I say it enough, it gets ingrained in my head, and I start to see, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a, yeah. Yeah, I've discussed it with myself, and I'm disgusted with the way we're told to have a certain face. I stood and wait because we aren't pixels on a screen. No, we're human, we breathe. Every single thing we see curated, it's overrated. These expectations, they keep weighing me down. My heart is begging me to get the hell out of my head. I'm gonna live inside the upside down for a minute and pretend, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, and if I say it enough, it gets ingrained in my head, and I start to think, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a, yeah.
Messing with my head again. You had your heart set on me, but these feels, they come and go, and they come so easily. Tell me what it is about you that I can't forget, but you're breaking down my walls again just to set me free. Why do I, baby, why do I love the way you always leave me? Why do I, baby, why do I love the touch but never love the Staying up when I go out. You gotta know I'm all yours. But when I say what's that about, you start slurring your words. Tell me why you have to seem so distant when I'm holding you. Your fingertips are drifting away, and I fucking love how it hurts. Why do I, baby, why do I love the way you always leave me? Why do I, baby, why do I love the touch but never love the feeling? Why do I, baby, why do I love the way you always leave me? Why do I, baby, why do I love the touch but never love the feeling? Why do I, baby, why do I? Why do I, baby, why do I? Why do I, baby, why do I love the touch but never love the feeling?
Take me in slow, breathe me in and let me go. Filling the lungs inside you, and the blackened eyes make my way into your mind. Just to know what you knew. Restless every time we start locking eyes. Lost control. Oh, it's paradise with honesty, but in the dead of the night, let the darkness take control. Let the darkness take control. Darkness take control. May the darkness take control. Take me in slow, breathe me in and let me go. Sink to your heart to find you. Open up your eyes till you're blinded by the lies, so you can see what you do. Restless every time we start locking eyes. Lost control. Oh, it's paradise with honesty, but in the dead of the night. Teardrops on the floor. The pain is over. Feel the darkness take
Hi, everybody. Are you ready? Are you winning, son? And we're live. What's up, everybody? What's up, YouTube? Oh my god. It's happy birthday! Happy birthday, Rebecca! Wee, 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 wee. 33 years old. 33 years young. Okay, so happy birthday! Happy birthday! Happy birthday, Rebecca. Happy birthday. It's interesting. I wrote a nice little story last night. Probably share it on the stream a little bit later, but when there's people here. I posted up a reading on YouTube, so it was kind of interesting. I cried a lot after thinking about it and then reading it. So it's like, it's basically, I wanted to make a story that really, that really showcased like what it feels like to be transgender, but without like overtly talking about it. Because, you know, a lot of the stuff I talk about on stream and on YouTube is like kind of like first reference, like, or first-hand account stuff, where it's like I talk about like real issues and how I feel. I never really use my fiction writing on my internet presence so much, and so I don't know. I just thought Ariel Scarcella got worse. Oh yeah, that's the lady who said, "Where are all the lesbians going?" Right? Jeez. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm gonna be just you know, hanging out and chatting and doing chess puzzles and, you know, what mind you. It's just this, yeah, it's definitely a thing. You know, like, running my stream, it's kind of interesting. I do have, like, a overall... Oh, what? See, I don't know if it's actually the camera, or if it's just, or if it's just because I loaded something up on YouTube. Sometimes it doesn't make sense, like, why my camera goes out. It's like I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything wrong. Okay, I didn't do anything wrong. Okay, nothing happened. Okay, so it's I kind of, you know, I'm used to improvising. That's actually one of my super talents. Is I you know, I kind of like build in my head like an idea of what I want to do, like on stream. And I kind of just let it happen. I'm pretty sure that's like what all streamers do, but I mean, it's not unique. I didn't say it was unique, I said it was a talent. I've been told I'm a pretty good streamer. As far as like the, you know, obviously as far as the publicity goes, I'm like nowhere near. I'm not good at marketing myself. I'm not good at advertising. I'm not good at marketing at all. But hopefully we'll get to a point where that won't matter anymore. That's my hope. Where we can make things work, even if I'm not popular. Cause everybody's talking about it. That's what everybody's talking about. Because we brought so many viewers. We got more viewers than we ever had before. And there's a lot of viewers. They're all talking about how good Rebecca's doing. because there's so many viewers. And that's what they're saying. They're saying Rebecca's awesome. She's doing amazing things. Okay, and you should give her your attention. Okay, so yeah, most likely. How about no? But I generally like running my streams. I generally like I generally enjoy and get a lot out of even talking to an empty audience. Like I, you know, it's at the very end of the day, you know, I'm getting something out of it. You know, whether it's like enjoyment for myself or helping somebody else or possible, you know, financial gains. Who knows? Like, there's multiple things going on. It's not like a it's not like a mutually exclusive, I guess that's the term. You know, like, or, you know, multiple things can go on at once, you know. But even if I'm talking to nobody, you know, I enjoy like having the practice in front of a camera, because that's, you know, no matter what size I am, I need to do that. So it's like, whether I'm a zero stream viewer or a zero viewer stream or a 20 million viewer stream, you know, I need to be able to have a camera presence, and I seem to be doing all right. I mean, obviously, I could always be better, but I feel like this past year, you know, it's been the first. This is my second birthday living as Rebecca, so it's Rebecca's second birthday. But the first, it's been a year and 3 months, or a year and 3.5 months, and on hormones, and a little bit longer, like a year and 4 months, completely out. So it's been quite interesting, and we have a long way to go. Okay, like we're not even like approaching surgery yet, so it's like that's gonna be a big deal, and it's definitely gonna be. I mean, obviously the surgery itself's not gonna be on stream for many reasons. But like, you know, I'm gonna be talking about it during recovery. I'm gonna try. See, there's gonna be a big change. Well, for my body, but like, you know, it's gonna be a big change in my stream during the recovery time, and possibly for good. Is I would like to be able to switch back and forth at will between, you know, a sitting desk and a standing desk. I don't know how I'm gonna pull it off. I have ideas, but I haven't really like actively worked on it. When I get a surgery date, I'm gonna start actively working on that, like actually coming up with a plan to get like a monitor situated so I could be standing, and then get like some kind of like lifted table that I could put on here that could be mounted somehow. I don't know what I'm gonna do. What I want to do is I want to do something like the mic, where I have a mic stand that actually mounts with like a vice grip thing to the table itself, and I want to have like a thing like that, but for a keyboard. And maybe obviously I could just I could just get like a generic thing and then put like a flat surface on it, so I can put the keyboard on it. And actually maybe even make it permanent, so I can just move it around just to move the keyboard. So I don't have to have the keyboard way down here. I can actually have the keyboard up here. And then every time I type on the stream, you're actually gonna look like I'm gonna look like a hacker. I am a hacker, but not like a. People say, you know, I think the day of people thinking that hacker is like a negative thing, I think those are past now. I think people know that hacker just means somebody who hacks together code, like. Especially after the term life hack started getting really popular on the internet, so it's like, I don't know. It's been an interesting year and 4 months. You know, the first like 3 to 4 months, like into 2020, and then before we knew about COVID, and then, you know, the whole thing with the big fiasco, with a bunch of you know, internet trolls and all that. It was all exciting, but it was scary, because, you know, a lot of the time, especially like October, November, December, I was going through a lot of changes, like hormonally, but also like I lost my job, but then it's a blessing in disguise, because I lost the job, but if I had held on to the job, well, first of all, I couldn't have, because I got to the point where I just couldn't handle it like that. It's like too much, but I got to the point where I can focus 100% on my transition, focus 100% on my mental health, and focus on trying to get on SSI with the help of a coworker that's been so gracious this past like year and 4 months, helping me pay my bills. And I honestly don't know how I could live without her help right now. I mean, obviously, there's people who love me, and that's not going to change, but at the same time, like, there's people that are counting on me to succeed, and I'm going to try my best. And I'm doing the best I can, and I have to trust that, because I constantly feel this imposter syndrome, like, oh, I'm not doing as much as I can. It's all the negative stuff that was drilled into me my whole life by school and by my mom and by other people, that I need to be working harder, that I need to be trying harder. But there's the thing is, like, I do have like a mental limit to how much I can literally do. And yeah, like, we're working on developing strategies to, like, overcome that. But that's going to take a very long time, and in the meantime, I need to be able to pay the bills. I need to be able to eat healthy food. I need to be able to have a life where I can just have, like, a sense of normalcy. Sorry, I'm getting a little emotional here, so there's going to be a point, where I have my own place, and I need my own place. That's like, as much as obviously I do what I have to do. Maybe I have to get like a room, in like somebody else's, like, 2 or 3 people living in the situation kind of thing. But honestly, like, I don't think that'll help me. I need like total, I need total independence, because I've never had independence my entire life. And if I am going to grow as a person, if I am going to be able to eventually take care of myself, I need to be in a situation where I can have like some kind of, like, as much as it hurts to admit it, like, I need actual help. Like, I need, like, sometimes I might even need somebody else to do my laundry, or somebody else to do my like my cleaning, or bring me food. Like, it's not, I shouldn't be ashamed of admitting that I have real disabilities. And that the alternative is, if I just let things go, then dishes will pile up, laundry will pile up, the house will just get messy. I'll barely eat anything except like peanut butter sandwiches. And I'll just get unhealthy, and then it actually gets harder for me to get out of it. So it's like, the irony is, like, if I have help, I won't need as much help. I really do believe that, and my case manager and my therapist continually remind me of that. And for some reason, I'm the only one who's against myself. Well, there are people who are, like, against me, but, like, I don't let them in my life anymore. They're not a part of my life anymore. Most likely ever again. I don't know if they're ever going to change. I don't know if there's ever going to be a point where these people that I had to, basically just block out of my life, I don't know if I can ever let them back in. I mean, regardless, the damage is done. But I can't trust these people. I can't trust these family members. I can't trust them anymore. It's I was so gracious with my trust for years and years and years. And there reaches a point where it's like, you know what? This person is continuing to behave this way. It's kind of my fault that I continue to let it happen. And so I made it, when I started my transition, it was multiple levels of transitioning. It was transitioning into a new me, in more than just my gender. Like my coming to terms with my very real gender identity, and starting to take steps to adapt my body to match that. But more than that, more than just matching my, physically and hormones do chemically, like, they do change some things in your brain chemistry, but they pretty much just align things where they should be, because that's where my brain was to begin with. But there was this like discord in my brain because of, like, a difference of hormones that did not match my identity. And not everybody's like this, who's trans, and it's very prominent in me. That's why I need the bottom surgery. It's why I might need facial surgery, and there's a very slim, like super slim chance I might need breast augmentation. But I'm not counting on that. I might not even get facial feminization. So, besides the tracheal shave, but at the same time, like, there's very real dysphoria I have to live with, and so, I'm taking steps to do that. But nothing's ever changed about me. The only thing that's changing is the physical part. But more so than that, like, it's been a separation from all the people who've hurt me in my life, separation from my family name, a separation from the people who thought they knew me. And some people were able to adapt and say, wait a minute, like, and reevaluate. If people really love you, they can adapt and they can say, okay, I see you. Like, I see you, like not like some piece of paper that says who you are, not some version of yourself that I made up to define who you are, but I see you as you are. Come as you are, right? And this is who I am. This is me. I'm Rebecca. And, I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. I'm not cisgender. And that's okay. I will never be cisgender. But I'm beautiful. I'm trans and I'm beautiful. I have my own charms. I have my own beauty. And at no time am I not a woman, okay? So it's like, trans or cis, you're still woman, okay? And there's a lot of unity in that. Like when you like recognize who somebody is, and like understand that we have differences. Like, we have physical differences, we have mental differences. Like there's all sorts of circumstances that we have to live with and grow up with. All sorts of things that make us who we are. And that's okay. Like, it's okay to be different. And I'm just kind of like reflecting on the past year and 4 months. Another mile on the speedometer, or the odometer. Sorry. Another mile on the odometer. 33 years old. Still young. Still a child. And because I didn't really get to experience myself living as 100% myself, I went through the wrong puberty. But now I'm going through the right puberty, and things are changing gradually, and as well, more importantly than that, because, physical changes do happen, but more importantly than that, I'm learning to accept myself, and I'm learning to understand who I am and what I stand for, in the process of understanding my identity, not just my gender. And I wish more people knew that. I wish more people understood that about trans people, that, I'm more than my gender. And so are you. Nobody is just one thing. Nobody is just their gender. Nobody is just their job. Fight Club, you are not your job. You are not your gender. It may be a super important time, it may be a super important part of your identity, depending on who you are. Some people don't care. Some people care very much. I do. I'm proud of my gender. I don't want to hide it. Some people aren't willing to put themselves out there in such a public manner, and that's okay. Not everybody is a streamer. Okay? I've always been the kind of person who's wanted to live a public life, and streaming is only one part of that. Like, streaming is not the end goal. Streaming is just a home base, you know? And it's because it's a means to an end. It's a place where I can gather my thoughts and talk to people who follow me in a way that's like almost like talking to somebody in person. It's my way to communicate to people. It's my preferred way to communicate to people, because I do use different platforms for communication, but I really feel like, as far as like me as a whole, streaming is the best for communication. Obviously, there's other things that we do in life, you know, for livelihood or for enjoyment or for trying to push to better yourself, like that. That's all fine. But as far as streaming goes, like, it's only part of the picture. You know, it's no matter where I'm at, whether I'm like have 0 followers or 1 million followers. By the way, we hit 100 followers on YouTube, 100 subscribers on YouTube. Sorry, it's like I'm used to Twitch terminology. So we hit 100 subscribers on YouTube like a week or two ago. So that's a good milestone. I think I can actually make a custom URL now. I forgot about. I don't know if it was 100 or 1,000. I think it was 100. But you know, it's like I've always wanted to be a writer. I've always wanted to be like somebody who makes impact on the world, who says things that people listen to. And obviously people aren't going to agree with it, and that's fine. That's actually good, because that means that, you know, people are listening. You know, regardless of whether they support what I say or not, like, they're listening. And I can grow as a person, because then I'm listening to them. And they might not believe that I am, but I am. You know, I listen to everybody. And sometimes to my detriment, I'm learning to separate and ignore certain things, but, you know, that takes time and practice. And, you know, it's you know, it's like, you know, a lot of people talk about success and how you can't wait for success. You know, if I waited until I had 1 million followers to start doing my real work, I would never get to it. You know, in order to get those 1 million followers, I have to be living authentically, and I have to be doing my best work. And I'm doing the best I can. It's obviously not that high quality compared to many people on the internet. I apologize for that, okay? I'm not perfect. I have a long way to go. That's part of my journey, okay? I have to work on building my presence online, you know, how to curate content efficiently. You know, that's something that's really difficult, okay? Some people devote their entire career to that. You know, some people are very good at that. I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm going to try to get better, but maybe things will just work out. So, I mean, obviously I'm not going to count on things just working out, but you know, there's always a chance, like, I can try to improve as much as I can, and when things start to work, it's going to get easier, you know? It's still, I mean, I still have to do the work, you know, that, don't get me wrong, okay, like, at no time am I ever just going to go on autopilot, and I think at this point, I can trust myself, that even in my worst days, I can get something done. I can go online, I could even if I'm just in my bed on my phone, I could tweet out to the world and make some kind of difference. Even if it's like my worst day, I can show up. I might even be able to pull a stream. And, you know, like, so, you know, I trust myself in the long run, because I'm building something bigger than just the moment. I'm building something that, you know, they say if you know, there's that movie, Field of Dreams, you know, if you build it, they will come. You know, I have to build what I'm working towards. And so, you know, obviously things are going to change as time goes on, and as people, you know, find me and possibly follow me and support me, you know, because it's a continual process and I can't know what it's going to look like. But what I do know is that at no time am I ever going to phone it in. At no time am I ever going to just go on autopilot and just ride. You know, obviously there will be times where I'll have to, you know, for my mental health and for my sanity and for my, you know, just health in general, I might have to do things a little bit less than ideally, but at least I'll show up in some capacity. Even if it's just on Discord to, like, listen to what people are saying. I might not reply even. I mean, it's like I can trust myself that I'm gonna reply. Okay, like let's get real. I've been on the internet since I was 12 years old. Okay, like it's been 21 years. I've been on the internet. Like if my internet, if I was born when I started living on the internet, I'd be drinking age today. So, so, you know, like I've been on the internet for 21 years. I know how to, you know, roll with the punches and just keep it up. As weird as that sounds, you know, today, you know, it's actually not so far-fetched these days, because many people do make online careers. So it's not far-fetched. It's not like an insane thing to do. It's pretty insane, but I mean, so is becoming a musician, which is something I also am. Like, you know, if I can build something, you know, music will be a part of that. So it's like, you know, I've come a long way since those early days. When I was first, you know, I had to wear that wig. I still have the wig up there. The blue one that's all tattered. Ah, thank you, La Bobo. Ah, thank you. Yeah, just kind of reflecting on the past year and 4 months, and my journey, you know, in my transition, my journey in my mental health, my journey in my Twitch and online presence, you know, and just the different stages I've been in. You know, there's been a lot. You know, there were some really ugly moments on my stream. You know, not just physically, like I felt super ugly when I started my transition. I was super bony. My everything was all like, I had no hair. I had to wear like an ugly ass like plastic wig. People liked it, but it was weird. You hope you have a great day and all the presents you will dream. Yeah, I mean, I already have the best present, which is your presents. Okay. Oh. So corny. It's okay, we like corn. We got cream corn. Thanks for the follow, Master Trooper from India. Nice. Yeah, so corny and cheesy, and it's okay. I like that. I like that. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, you know, it's been quite an uphill battle. You know, trying to deal, you know, a lot of my stream is just me personally working through the things that I have to work through, and you know, it might not be the most entertaining, or might not even be comfortable sometimes. I went through a lot of anger, like the first like 4 or 5 months of my stream, and I'm glad I'm out of that. I'm glad I'm able to have a balance, and you know, therapy has really helped, but also just, you know, continuing to show up and continuing to strengthen myself, and to have continual loving support from viewers like you. Aw, thank you, Master Trooper. But from viewers like you at www. But yeah, you know, like I went through 2 different wigs before my hair was, you know, acceptable for me. What are your plans today? I'm gonna be doing some chess puzzles and just chatting, talking about stuff that's important to me, talking about stuff that's important to you, dodging trolls like the Matrix, you know, telling Olivia to shut up because she just won't shut up, okay? Like, she's just yammering on in the back of my skull while I'm trying to talk to you guys. Like, Olivia, shut up! A stupid octopus. Like, such a, like, she just, like, only talks about herself, too. Like, she's, like, so self-centered. God damn it, Olivia. But yeah, I was just, I've been working on a lot of chess puzzles lately. It's really hard for me, you know, I keep on just chatting category now, because I realize I like to just, like, stop what I'm doing and come back to, like, just chatting a lot. Because I'll take, like, huge breaks from what I'm doing, and I need to. And, you know, when I was a kid, I used to play like Nintendo Entertainment System, like Super Mario Brothers, Mega Man, all that stuff, and like Mega Genesis, the Sega Genesis. It was called the Mega Drive in Japan. The Sega Genesis, and I didn't actually have a Super Nintendo. We borrowed one for like I think a month or 2 or 3. I don't know. But I grew up with Super Mario Brothers 1, 2, and 3, and like Mega Man 2 and 3, and we rented 4. That's the only time we played it when I was a kid. Was when we rented it from Blockbuster Video. Remember that? Remember? Pepperidge Farm remembers. But like remember that when you actually went to the rental store because there was games out there that you didn't want to buy because they looked like you could beat them in like a day, or they were just like you didn't know if they were any good, so you would rent them and they'd be all sticky and like have goop in them because kids would freaking like put their gum on it and shit. It was so crazy. And especially when PlayStation came out and there was discs with scratches on them that nobody like quality checked. But and you had to actually rewind your VHS tapes. Jeez, I'm 33. Okay, it's my birthday. I'm not like hiding my age, but in fact, it's public. My birthday is public on my Twitter. Okay, but I really show my age sometimes. Jeez, like I grew up with literal pogs. Okay, like literal pogs. I had a metal slammer. I had a plastic slammer. I had like a designer slammer. I don't even remember what the pogs looked like the actual like artwork that was on it. I don't even remember. I'd have to like look at it. That would be something to do on stream sometime. I don't feel like it now because I would feel even older. I'm saving that, okay? Like, we're gonna save that when we're actually gonna look at pogs, okay? Go down memory lane sometime. But I used to always play a game. Like I would pop a game into the Sega, or I'd pop the game into the Nintendo or the PlayStation. I would pop the game in sometime, or my Game Boy especially. I would pop the game in, turn on the console or the Game Boy, and then as soon as the logo boot up, sometimes I would just turn it off and put in a different game because I was like, no, I don't want to play this game. Like in order to play something, I have to like really like put my mind into it. Cause like I can't I don't commit to something unless I'm ready to. And, that's kind of what I do. It's not ADHD. It's like it's similar, but it's like neurodiverse stuff. Autism and ADHD are very similar, but there are key differences. But like for me at least, and it's not really ADHD because ADHD is not really about being like a squirrel. Because everybody thinks about a lot of people, when they think about ADHD, they think like squirrel brain, where it's just like, ooh, shiny. Like, yeah, I'm sure some people, I mean, don't ask me, I don't have ADHD. I'm pretty sure I don't. I'm on the autism spectrum. That's something different, okay? But I can understand, because a lot of people who have ADHD also have what I have, which is executive dysfunction, which means that I can literally, I mean, I haven't done laundry in like 4 or 5 months. I've done like a load or two just to get like some clean clothes and underwear, but like I've basically not done laundry for like 4 or 5 months, and it drives people insane. And this is why I'm disabled. This is why I'm applying for SSI. I cannot work a job because like for some reason every now and then I'll just like not be able to do the most simple of tasks, and that's called executive dysfunction. It's a very real thing. And a lot of people accuse you of making it up because they can't see it, and also because they don't have it. But like, doing something as simple as walking to the mailbox and checking the mail, sometimes I can put that off for like days. Or going to the grocery store. I haven't been able to go to the grocery store in weeks. My dad keeps complaining that he's buying all the food, and I'm like, well, I'm not gonna buy food when you already bought food. Like, there's bread, it's gonna go moldy if I get more bread. Like, I don't know, because I'm eating all the bread, but he's buying it, so it's like I should be buying it because I have my food stamps. I'm eating it, and I already told him this. I'm like, I tell him every single time that he complains. I'm like, I never said that you have to buy me bread. Like, So I don't know what he's on about. I think he's just, he's a dad, so it's like, I think he doesn't mind. But he does complain, and like, if he doesn't mind, then don't complain. Like, because you're hurting me when you do that. Because when he does that, it hurts me. Like, that's the problem, is when people lecture me and tell me to do something that I can't do, like, it physically hurts me. I feel like a twisting in my brain. That is autism. Is when you have mental pathways built in your brain that when certain things trigger it, it'll cause physical pain. And it's not always like that, but it's basically physical pain. I don't know, maybe I translate it to physical pain. I don't know the exact neuroscience of it, okay? Like, it's what's called I guess it's just like mental pain. It feels like a screw twisting in your skull. That's what it feels like. Like when it's like somebody is like lecturing you about like how you need to look for a job and you need to do all this stuff that you're not doing. And because I already know, I'm already lecturing myself, and on top of that, I'm also getting somebody else lecturing me who can possibly, like give me like negative consequences in my life. So it's like I could lose my house, or I could, be homeless and like, or not have food. Like there's lots of things that, or somebody might even hurt me physically. But yeah, so, I will do lots of stuff like, I do focus on chess. Sometimes I really focus on it. And like, but, sometimes lately especially, especially lately, I've been really kind of like, just like really lenient about what I'm doing for chess on stream. Basically just doing tactics. And, I'm actually doing like the easiest tactics, first of all, let me solve this normal difficulty one. Because, I shouldn't only do easy ones. Okay, well, look at the check first. It saves the rook and checks. I don't want this specific music. Here. I wanted like a very specific kind of music, and it's hard to find. Because there's like, I don't want like electro music. I don't want EDM. Okay, yeah, let's... There we go. Yeah, I wanted the chiptune sound, okay? That's what we're doing. Like I said, I grew up on Nintendo and Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo. I really like that sound. It's very sonically pleasing to me. Still isn't the kind of, it's like I want to listen to the music that I probably can't play because of DMCA. Because some of it's probably licensed by people because they want to sell their albums and stuff on Bandcamp. That's my favorite music, but I don't do that on stream anymore. Ever since October 23rd, there was the big DMCA scare of Twitch of 2020. And it's a very real thing. Obviously DMCA is serious. You can get permanently banned. I don't want that, okay? I mean, yeah, I'll have YouTube, but I really don't feel the same about YouTube for streaming. I like YouTube for, just making like edited content or just posting. I mean, obviously I use it right now for re-uploading my streams, my VODs, but eventually, especially the latest video, it's just me reading my little short story I wrote. And I prefer using YouTube for that. I know it's like I could get more discovery on YouTube. I just don't feel right streaming on YouTube. I don't know why. Like, I don't, and first of all, there's a lot of people who only follow me on Twitch. So it's like right now, my biggest audience is actually on Twitch, ironically. Even though YouTube could help with discovery, I really don't think that I should really stream on YouTube. Like, I can just use YouTube to make different content. But I don't know. It's something I'm constantly like debating over whether I should stream on YouTube or not. But so every single time I've streamed on YouTube, I've had like barely anybody show up, and I miss talking to the people who. And then it's like the people who follow me on Twitch are like, where have you been? I haven't seen you stream. And I'm like, well, I was streaming on YouTube. And they're like, oh, I didn't know you were streaming on YouTube. And it's just like, I would like to be able to actually talk to my audience. And right now, Twitch is my best audience, like, for streaming. I don't know. It's good to know that I can always stream on YouTube. In case Twitch blows up, you know, Twitch could just, like, self-destruct. Aw, thank you, Cranky Monkey. Oh, I'm almost called you Cranky Manky. Cranky Manky. Thank you very much, Cranky Manky. Thank you very much for the happy birthday wishes, Cranky Manky. Cranky Manky. Okay, yeah, thanks. Aw. Yeah, we're just like chatting and working on some chess puzzles at my leisure. Yeah, it's a very, you know, lately I've just been really doing like really like laid back streams. Just kind of not really having like a plan. I know that's not ideal, but you know what? I'm streaming for myself. You know, I'm doing this for my own reasons. You know, to grow as a person and to have like, you know, an outlet for things that I can't really express without streaming. Like there's certain like I've set up streaming in a way where streaming is like a tool I can use. You know, because it's a, you know, there's different mediums as well. It's almost like an art form, you know, like. But it's a very specific medium where I have to speak a certain way. Or, not that I have to, but I do. Like, I speak a different way to my Twitch stream than I do to my Twitter. Or that I do to my YouTube. Or that I do to Facebook, which is basically all really private, so... Or that I talk to my friends. I don't know if this is DMCA safe. That's the problem. No copyright mix. There's like a, how come there's like a lack of, here we go, hour-long chiptune mix. Twitch safe. Twitch copyright free. Well, don't solve it for me, Cranky Manky. Okay? Don't solve the puzzles for me, please. That defeats the purpose. I mean, I know Queen B6, Oh, and then okay, I see what you're saying, yeah. I do not know how I missed that. Aw. I got a birthday message on Discord. Yeah, I don't blame you, Cranky. I don't blame you, okay? Don't worry, okay? 大丈夫. Yeah, it's okay. No, it's just I don't like people backseat gaming. Um, it's like a thing. I want to respond to this person. This person's been really awesome to me, so. Wait, was that a direct message or was it an ad? Oh, it was an ad on the server, okay. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of interesting. Like, you know, I like to be able to go at my own pace. I like to, you know, that's why, you know, I really like to just like chat about different things while I do chess stuff. And that's why I've only been doing puzzles lately, because if I'm playing games, I'm gonna be like playing less quality games. So lately, and also doing puzzles is like probably the best thing you can do for your chess, like in general. Even though I'm going to be doing a whole bunch of easy, like really easy problems, the real important part of doing puzzles is actually the pattern recognition. And so it's like just looking at the puzzles and solving them over and over and over. It's actually extremely helpful, according to some stronger players, like master level players and above. You know, just sometimes like sometimes you don't want to do like some really hard puzzles. You actually want to do like easier puzzles, but do a lot of them. Sometimes, obviously, you're gonna do all the above. It's just, you know, like I said, you know, the thing about puzzles is that I'm not in a time limit, so I can actually just like take a break from doing the puzzle. Oh, thank you, Notcher. Thank you so much. Mwah. But, you know, doing the puzzles itself is like, you know, just helpful with pattern recognition. And, you know, I'm in the just chatting category. I stopped streaming in the chess category unless I'm doing like a specific tournament or something, like a specific chess event, or if I'm really like hardwired on just doing chess without talking about anything else, then maybe. But like, I do a lot of just chatting, and I also change my activities. Like I might just take a break from chess, like, you know, like do a few minutes of chess and then just go back to chatting. So it's like, you know, and right now I'm just doing puzzles, so I can just do both. But like, I can do that while playing games too. It's just like it distracts me from the game, and I feel like I'm not having as good of gameplay. I always enjoy playing against viewers. So, and I play untimed usually. But you know, I still take a lot of time to think about other stuff. Because that's mainly what my stream is about. I don't always just do one thing. Like I obviously sometimes I'm really focused on the game I'm playing, like on chess or on Dota or whatever. But most of the time, like I'll just be like casual, like I'm just playing chess and chatting with everybody. And I talk about some serious topics. I talk about some weird, silly topics. I don't know. I feel like just chatting is the right category for that, because I'm not just a chess player. You know, I'm not just a Dota player. You know, or whatever. You know, I'm a person, and I have like I chat. Not as much as Olivia though. Jeez. That octopus doesn't shut up. Fun emote. But yeah, thank you so much for the happy birthday wishes on Discord. I really enjoy it. I try not to self-promote a lot. I'm sorry for saying that in the general chat. It's like, but you know, we're streaming for a few hours, and you know, I'm just like trying to have like a feel-good stream. Oh my gosh, we're fine! 3 exclamation points. Triple exclam. There's a meme. Okay, so that's funny that you use 3 exclamation points. There's a meme in the chess community, and they call it triple exclam. And there's even a book by Grandmaster Maurice Ashley. he's really proud of being like the first African American grandmaster. He talks about it a lot. He's really proud of it. Like, it'd be one thing if he didn't talk about it and I said that, but it's because he himself like is really proud of it and he talks about it and he talks about how it's a big deal. Like, to him it's really, really important. But obviously if somebody else was like that, they're like, oh, you know, why does my my ethnicity always being talked about, you know? But you know, obviously I'm not going to go on and on about it, but he's an awesome streamer and chess player and commentator. He's a professional chess commentator and player, but I think he's more of a commentator the past like 10 to 15 years or so. I'm not sure how, I'm not, you know, I'm pretty, I don't know, I don't follow everybody's career. He's a grandmaster in chess, which is extremely rare, extremely talented. Like, he's pretty strong. He's not the top level, you know. There's only like 10 people at the very top, so it's like, but like at the same time, he's a very top-notch commentator. I love his energy. I love his like the way he explains things. But like, he wrote a book called Triple X Clam, and what it is because in chess, they have you know, when you look at a game record, like where you write down the moves and you're annotating a game, like you're analyzing it afterwards, and you're like, you see a move and it's like really good, and if it's like a game-winning move, or like or the best move, the best possible move, like if it's a really like game-winning like best move, then you put 2 exclamation points next to it. You put 1 exclamation point if it's just like a really good move. But Triple X Clam is ridiculous, because I think in a couple times in some game records, like in magazines or something, somebody would put a Triple X Clam on some moves. And it's like, it's kind of ridiculous, like it's redundant. Like, you don't need to put 3 exclamation points on a chess move. So it's a meme in the chess world, and Grandmaster Maurice Ashley actually wrote a whole book on it, where he did like game commentary. But yeah, that's kind of like esoteric stuff. By the way, is the audio okay? Is my voice too loud? You want me to shut up? Just kidding. Is the music too loud? It looks like it might be a little too loud. I turned it down just a little bit. As long as everything sounds Gucci. It's, music is a little loud. Okay, I turned it down a little bit. Well, now the actual song went quiet. Better. It's silent. Wait, this is the same song on a loop. I need to get a different track. Let's do an insert coin gaming. Royalty free music. Stream safe music. Okay. Now it's too loud again. It should be fine, right? So glad to see you. I've been watching your offline streams. I am terrible at chess. Well, oh my god, thank you for watching my offline streams. I knew somebody was watching my offline streams. I don't know how Twitch counts the views, like whether it's adding people who watch the live plus people who watch the VODs, or if people who just watch the VODs, but like I'm seeing like 200 views on my VODs. I'm like, wow, like who's watching my VODs? And apparently it's you, Notch Her. Is it Notcher or Notch Her? Notch Her. Notch Ha. Notch Ha. Notch Ha. It's like Notch Her Cheese. I'll just call you Notch. That sounds cool. It reminds me of like archery. Like you notch an arrow. Like. Bloop. Ah, my eyes. Because people assume, yeah, if you go online, people just assume you're a dude. It's so fucked up. Even if your name's Rebecca, people assume you're a dude. It's like, I don't know. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Yeah, I'm really feeling good right now. You make me smile. But at the same time, like I'm feeling really good. I'm gonna be talking to my therapist today. working with my case manager today for SSI paperwork, and it's my birthday. You're hilarious. I'm so glad we made. Oh, thank you. You know, it's like I like to entertain myself. You know, I laugh at my own jokes. Sometimes I just like take like gaming controllers and I just like press the buttons, even though there's no game. Yeah, therapy yesterday. I love therapy. Yeah, therapy's awesome. It's like a huge release, because it's like someone's there to help you, and like you can talk to them about things that you can't talk to anybody else about. Yeah, it's an SNES controller. It's actually not technically. It's a Nintendo Switch controller. So I actually can't use it as Bluetooth on my PC because this is a stupid third-party one that only allows like USB connection to PC, and it's fine though, but it means I can't play from my bed, which sucks. But so I got a new one that's a PlayStation controller, but then it's a PlayStation style controller, and for some games, like Nintendo games or stuff, I want to play with this old school controller because it feels exactly like a Super Nintendo controller. It's super awesome. Like I can be playing like Super Mario Brothers or Mega Man or, you know, whatever, like Super Nintendo games that I have, and like I can play them without like, and it feels like the same as when I was a kid. Only my hands are bigger. My stupid giant hands. My hand is like the size of a frickin' like state. Like my hand is bigger than Texas. Okay. It has a little bit of a delay. I don't know. I haven't had a problem with wireless controllers at all so far. It's been fine. I think the games, like nowadays, I think like programs like compensate for that. It's a lot better than it used to be. I don't have a problem with wireless. And by the way, like for this one, I still have to do it with wire, so it's fine. I also have another controller, but the reason I got a new controller in the first place, and now I have multiple controllers. So if you know, my sister or a friend comes over, and obviously not really easy to play two-player games in my current situation, because this is my room. This is actually my house. Like I do have the rest of the house, but that's like the like kitchen, and like it's basically my dad's area. I don't really like going out there. I don't spend time out there. I spend like 100% of my day in this room, in this little box. Okay, so but it's really tight. It's hard for people to, like, people will feel claustrophobic. I'm just used to it. But somebody else might come in here and they're like, oh, I'm claustrophobic. It gets really stuffy in here, so nobody wants to smell my farts, okay? Like, but like also like they'd have to sit down on my bed, which my bed has like, you know, like odors and like you know, I get naked on that bed sometimes, you know, so like but you know, it's like I'm not gonna be able to play two-player here, but there will be a future where I will have my own place, and I'll have like a living room, and actually like actual couch, and I can actually sit down and play video games two-player with my friends, and like a real person, not like some weird like cave woman. Okay, like I'm like living in a little cave. Okay, like it sucks. It's like, but it's better than what I've had before. I've been, you know, and I'm really glad I'm not homeless like I was. I was homeless and living in shelters from 2010 to 2014, interspersed with couch surfing with friends and stuff. But I lived in shelters like I think 3 separate occasions. The same shelter twice, and then one of the shelters, like there was a shelter for 6 months, and then there was another shelter for 6 months, and then there was the first shelter for another 6 months, and then I lived with a woman I met, and we lived together, and she wanted to marry me. It obviously didn't work out. She fell in love with another person, and I was like, I don't know, it was weird. It was heartbreak. Honestly, okay, I haven't talked to you personally about my transition stuff. So I'm 33 years old today. I started transitioning 2019 in in mid-September, but I first knew I was trans when I was 18. I came out to my family and friends on MySpace, unannounced. I just made a post because all my friends and family were on MySpace. That was back in MySpace, okay? That's how old I am. But, you know, I came out on MySpace and I was like, I am a woman. I want to start living my life as a woman. I want to get surgery. I want to get hormones. And it was like impossible to attain back then. Oh, so you're younger than me. So when you get older than, so when you're 30, you're old. And when you're 40, you're young again. Because you're like, it's like, it's like this weird thing. When you're 20, you think that you know everything. When you're 30, you're like, fuck, I'm old. And then when you're 40, you're like, god damn, I'm fucking young. You don't get old again until you're like 80. From everybody I've talked to, like everybody feels like a child as soon as they hit 40. Yeah, it's like this big psychosomatic thing where you're thinking of the number, you're like, holy crap, I'm almost in my mid-30s. I'm an adult. Ah! But no, seriously, like, I had no idea how I was, you know, I knew that I needed it. I've known I've needed it for the past 14 years. Like, since before I was 18. I didn't come out until I was 18. Like, I was still exploring it, like, privately before then. And then I turned 18, and then I really explored it. Because I had a lot of free time away from my family and friends. And, you know, the thing is when you start to get away from your family and friends and start living on your own, at least thinking on your own, you start to realize who you really are. And that was part of it. I did a lot of shitty things when I was 18 to 28. But like, you know, like I just got stoned all the time, got drunk all the time when I was 21. And then like, you know, I partied and I like just played video games all the time. I wasted away my entire 20s. I went to college like in my later 20s to go study music, and I learned more music then than I have my entire life of being a band kid and a choir kid. So it's like, because I studied so hard. I put like, I put in like 12-hour days. Like I did 4 hours of practice, like between 2 to 4 hours of practice per day, 5 days a week. And in addition to all the schoolwork and the coursework and the rehearsals and the performances, like there was so much I was putting into it, and I was putting like 100% effort into it. I studied, you know, I had like 28, I think at one point I had like 28 units or 30 units that I was taking of college one semester. Like it was insane. I don't know how I did it. There was one semester I was also like, I was swimming, like, you know, I was swimming like for exercise I was taking a course so I could have like access to a pool because I didn't want to pay for like a gym membership. All this music sucks. I'm gonna switch to lo-fi because if I'm gonna listen to chiptunes, I want to listen to my favorite chiptunes. Like, let's just put on some lo-fi for some background. Yeah, that sounded like freaking like really bad. No copyright. Here we go. Okay. Just feel. Oh. What am I doing? 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 Okay, there we go. I'm back to the chest. Oh, no, I left the chest. Ah! Ah. Okay. Gonna fix my camera. Okay. Because I am so Vogue. Easy, breezy, beautiful cover girl. Okay. No, okay, like I don't know why I'm having weird problems with this puzzle. Okay, I've take here, okay. And then I'm gonna promote that way. Because if I try to promote that way, the bishop comes in and defends it. No more coffee for you, Rebecca. Yeah, don't even get started, Olivia. Jeez. She's so cranky. She's such a cranky pants. Yeah, I don't know. I'm very like, sometimes I accuse myself of being too silent on stream. And then I like go through my VOD and I just clip like random, like I just scan through the whole thing and just clip it. And like, because I like just making random clips so I can like kind of look at a glance later. I download all my clips and put them on a hard drive and I like watch them like all back to back chromatically. Oh, not chromatically, chronologically. And I kind of see like a good like kind of preview of each stream. It's a good overview of each stream. And I realized that like even just going through random sections of my stream, I almost like 9 times out of 10 get like actually like good clips of me talking about something. And it's like, well, that I should stop being so hard on myself, okay? Like I must be doing something right if I can just clip random moments of my stream without even checking. And like I'm clipping like at the very least I'm talking, like at the very least. But sometimes it's actually really good timing and I'm not even trying to. So it's like that's a good sign because that means that I'm doing something right. And I don't know. I have a lot of faith in myself. I'm not a perfect streamer, and obviously becoming like a successful like popular or successful streamer is like it's something that takes a lot of luck and also dedicated effort. I don't know how that's going to work out for me, if it will work out, but I'm going to try. And I really do think that I don't, obviously it's a challenge being transgender as a streamer because it's a very misogynistic environment, but I also think that like in order to make things better, we have to actually show up and we have to try. Because otherwise it'll never happen for anybody. And at the very least, I'll do my best to put myself out there so that maybe, hopefully in my lifetime, but maybe even people who come after me might have a better opportunity. 14-year-old has been really opening up. She has been wanting me to do her makeup and paint her nails, and I apologized for bullying her masculine deodorant. Told her we can go buy some feminine body wash and deodorant and body spray today. Yeah, it's awesome. And obviously I'm really happy for both of you, and I'm definitely really happy for her. Everybody goes at their own pace and everybody's different, and I hope that I hope you understand I wasn't trying to force anything with our conversation. I was just trying to give you my experience and also what a lot of people in the trans community talk about. It's not just my experience, it's also many other people's experience, especially other people who are around your daughter's age, who have spoken up about this. And that's in that it's pretty much a very common thing, is that if you start feeling these things, they're basically not, I mean, like 99,999 times out of 100,000, it's going to be right. And obviously there's another flip side of the coin. One of the problems when I first came out, I enjoyed our talk. Well, thank you. I try to help. But also another thing to think about is try to just be affirming. Don't ever do anything that she's uncomfortable with. Don't try to force her. Like I know you said, like, she came to you about the makeup, and so that's like, it would be kind of if it was the other way around. If you were like, hey, let's do makeup, and she was uncomfortable with it, like that's what people did to me, and I didn't like it. It actually drove me to becoming more back into the closet. And I was completely in the closet for a number of years. And then I had a mental breakdown. Like I was smoking pot like 24 hours a day. I was like totally living in toxic, like I was going into psychosis. I was 5150'd. I was hospitalized. And then it was enough, and I was like, I need to move forward with this. And luckily, my insurance covers like 100% of my needs. And so it's like it's just a matter of time, and that's going to be the case no matter what, because it does take time for hormones to do their job. And if your daughter does decide to go on hormones, which obviously, never pressure someone to make that decision. It's really not a decision, but in the end of the day, it is a decision that it is a very permanent change. That if you regret it and try to go off of it, it can have real repercussions. So it's like, it is a big decision, and that's why I was saying basically just be 100% affirming and supportive. If she says she's uncomfortable with something, respect that. If she says, just be there for her. That's really all it is. Help her go to her appointments for therapy and stuff like that. Trying to never make things like pressured, because this is a very long time. It's gonna take years. She's only 14, so it's like 4 more years of going through this process. It took me 14 years. I really wish I was able to do it at her age, honestly. Yeah, and I trust you. I just have to make sure to say that on stream. Oh yeah, I had really, I don't know what psoriasis is. That where you have like flakes? No, that's yeah, I had stuff like that when I was her age. Yeah, and also, just the more information, the better equipped both of you are. As a parent, it's going to be, because I mean, obviously, depending on the doctors, you can pretty much trust the doctors, especially if you meet them yourself. And I don't know what all the, see, I've never been a parent. I don't know what it's like with bringing youth to therapy, because I've only gone to therapy really as an adult. I've gone to therapy when I was in high school and stuff, but it was it wasn't very much. And yeah, bad dandruff. I remember one time in biology class, I was scraping my head and there was an entire pile of dandruff dust on my desk, and I actually got sent out of class to the health center to the health office in the high school. And it was so embarrassing. I was bullied already a lot, and I think people thought I was disgusting. People thought I was ugly. I mean, people constantly told me I was ugly, that I was unwanted, that I was bullied all through high school, and even a little bit after high school by people that were like a little bit too into their own cliques, their social cliques and stuff. But yeah, I mean, I trust you. I have to say that because some people, like you said, you told me yourself. Well, I don't want to leak anything, but it's like people will say that not have all the information, thinking that puberty blockers are the same as hormones, and they're not. It's a completely different thing. It basically just puts your puberty on pause while you figure all the stuff out, and that's the safest way to go. Because I mean, if you think about it, if you had to choose to be on hormones when you're 12 years old or 14 years old, without, if you're rushed into that, that would be abusive. But then the people who are against trans rights and against trans healthcare for youth, they keep insisting that putting kids on hormone blockers, they're really young adults, they're not kids. And honestly, being trans makes you grow up really fast. Oh, something happened with my camera. It froze. Yeah, I'm really sorry to hear that she hit puberty, but it's never too late. It's never too late. I was 31. Let me fix my camera really quick. Jeez. I wish it would stop doing this. There's a problem with the wire or something. I might need to get a new webcam. It's so frustrating. Let it go, let it go. There might be a complicated factor. Well, that does happen. I'm diabetic, but complications can be dealt with, and that's something to explore with your doctor, with her doctors. And in the end, you have to make a decision whether or not transitioning is worth the risk. That's a huge, because for me, I have diabetes and I'm at risk for heart attack and stroke already, and then being on hormones puts me at higher risk. but my quality of life is higher because now I'm living my authentic life. And honestly, I would rather die earlier, like younger, but living on my authentic life, than live longer but live in torture. Like that, like honestly, like even if I, like, you know, even if like if I didn't transition, I would have lived to 80 or 90 or more. It, like, why would I want to live in torture? And so it's like, even if I limited, even if I took like 20 years off my life, and I'm gonna die at 60 now, hopefully not, but like, even if I die at 60 now, I think it was worth it. And you know, it's something that, you know, it's a case by case basis. No two people are alike, and everybody transitions at their own pace. There's a saying in the trans community, and the saying goes, your mileage may vary. And so it's like, just because somebody is progressing seemingly faster than you might be, and I'm using like the hypothetical you, not like, you know, just because somebody else is transitioning more, like their breasts are bigger, or they might be like have better like fat distribution faster than you, like they have a different chemistry than you. So it's like you have to respect the process, and in the end, like, all the feminization happens, and it's gonna match your biology, it's gonna match your, it's like, it doesn't change you, it just like modifies your body slightly so that it's like you can, you know, you basically become who you would have been if you, like, obviously puberty does change things permanently, but you know, as much as medically possible, changes everything in such a way so it doesn't fundamentally change you. It just, like, you become more of yourself, and that's really what happens. It's not like this giant magical, I mean, it is magical. I've seen some amazingly, like, drastic changes. And I know that, like, it's only been a year and 4 months for me, and I'm still holding on. But you know, after like 2 or 3 or 4 years, like, you can't even tell. Like, if you look at a picture of some of these women or some of these men, on, like, if they share their if you know, because nobody should have to be. Nobody should be forced to share their dead name or pictures of themselves pre-transition, but some of us are okay with it. And but like, so, you know, if you, like, you look at the pre-transition photo and the like now photo, like after sometimes even only a year, but like, I mean, looking at myself from a year ago, like, it's drastic. Like, it's so different. Like, I have so much more life in my face. I can just I can completely see, like, way more feminine features in myself. My eyes are like glown up. Like, it's so different now. And but like, you know, imagine 2 or 3 or 4 years down the line, and like, obviously, you know, once about like 2 to 3 years in, pretty much all the changes happen. It's like your puberty on hyperspeed, because normally puberty takes like 6 or 7 or 8 years, but this puberty takes like 2 or 3 years. She has known she was trans since she was 10. Honestly, there was a very significant change. She became very uncomfortable in her own skin. Before puberty, I thought she was just gay, but a mother knows when their child is extraordinary. Yeah, exactly. And you know, and I'm really glad that you were able to. I'm really glad that you were able to be there for her in the way that you are, because not everybody has that opportunity, and I feel like her quality of life is like 100,000 times better because she has you. Because there's people out there who have to transition alone, without their parents, and it's, you know, she's very lucky to have you. She used to go into her baby sister's room, which was all pink, and would just melt. Aww. Yeah, you know, I was never like overtly girly, and that's kind of why it took me so long to know, because I've always been kind of like a tomboy. You know, I didn't like sports, but like I liked playing sports. Like I like playing basketball, you know, but you know, at the same time, like those are kind of, it's kind of like, you know, it's kind of misogynistic or sexist. There's like these ingrained beliefs that like only boys play sports, or only boys play video games, only boys play chess, and it's like, but I was into all those things that all the boys were into. So it was like, it was really confusing when I finally figured out I was trans. Like, I was like, wow, like I'm surprised I even found out, because like, you know, and that's how you know, like when it's not about like what you do, when you actually feel it inside of you and you can't ignore it anymore, that's how you know. It was harder for me. Some people know when they're like 4 years old. But for me, I never really liked overtly girly things. I still don't even wear makeup. And mainly because it's like, I don't really see a need to. If I want to, I'll do it, but like I don't really see a need to, and also it kind of feels oily, and also if I want to be completely honest, I'm just really bad at it. Okay. And obviously I need to practice it to get good at it, but I don't know, I just feel like it actually makes me more dysphoric. Oddly enough, it makes me feel like I'm a clown. Like it makes me feel like all my masculine features seem to pop out to me when I wear the makeup, and so I just don't wear makeup. And honestly, like I know plenty of women who barely wear makeup or don't wear makeup at all. And honestly, I don't think any woman should be forced to wear makeup. Like it's a personal choice. Like she was very outgoing, was always the lead in the school shows, liked to sing and act, very outgoing, and then puberty hit and boom, very introverted and yeah, I mean, and you know, it's like there's a difference between, you know, the normal kind of like awkwardness, and you know, this is what a lot of opponents of trans healthcare for youth continually say, is they keep saying like, oh well, you know, I was awkward at puberty too, and you know, you can't make you make all these drastic decisions you might regret later. And it's like, yeah, you only feel that way because you're not trans. And it's like, there's some key differences when it's persistent discomfort over years. You know, she knew she was 10 when she was 10. And, you know, that's 4 years that she went by unable to talk to anybody about it and unable to, like, express it. And, you know, if it persists for that long, like, there's something going on other than just the normal awkwardness. And, you know, and this is not awkwardness, some other... Yeah, exactly. You like eyeliner and tinted sunscreen? Nice. Yeah, I mean, I there will be a time, you know, I'm waiting until I feel more confident in my femininity, because like I said, when I wear makeup, it makes me feel more manly, oddly enough, because it just points out, you know, for me, it like highlights my masculine features on my face. So it's like, and it makes me feel like I'm like piling like powder and foundation. Like I barely put any on, but like it feels like there's like a mask on my face. And like I need to get higher quality makeup, you know, not necessarily more expensive, just higher quality. I need to find the right makeup. I need to learn how to do it better. There's all sorts of things I need to do, but like at the same time, like I honestly don't feel 100% comfortable wearing makeup at this time. And yeah, you know, there will be a time where I get to explore like my fashion sense. I barely have any clothes. I got rid of all my more masculine clothes, and I only kept like some of them that were more unisex, mostly just for like pajama purposes. But like I got rid of like all my pants. Like I have one pair of pants and I still don't really wear them. You know, they're women's pants, so it's like, but at the same time, I'm done with pants. Okay, like no, I'll wear like leggings and like pajama pants, but I really like skirts. I have an interesting like kind of asymmetrical skirt that I like to wear, and I have like some kind of like UGG boots. I really like wearing those when I got those. Oh my god. Try tinted sunscreen, is very light and isn't cakey. Yeah, I'll have to try that next time. Do you have a brand that, you know, you'd recommend? Yeah, I mean, I'm willing to try it. And, you know, a lot of my friends were really supportive and just gave me like bags of makeup. So I have a ton of makeup I haven't tried yet, to find the right tone for my skin. So it's like, I mean, to find the right powders and foundations for my skin. So it's like, I don't know. It's a lot of exploration. Yeah, just send it on Discord. It's fine. But I don't know. I'm really, you know, everybody's different. I'm really happy for your daughter, and I'm really glad that you're able to be as supportive as you are. There's a lot of information and a lot of knowledge to learn, and there's way more information than people when I was her age. This was basically unheard of. Like people, I mean, and even though people have been trans since the beginning of society, like and multiple cultures have third genders, or even like which some cultures would be called transgender today. Like there's been transgender people or non-binary people since the beginning of time. The only difference is that society kind of changed in a way where it kind of forced things into a binary and forced things into like male roles, female roles. There's like, we have blue toys like cars and action figures and all this stuff for boys, and we have pink stuff and dolls for girls. We have video games, which are mostly for boys, but all the girls' games are like Barbie games, and like there's all sorts of stuff that's been happening like since like the 1900s, or well, really since like the 1700s or 1600s. I don't know. Men used to be a lot different in the 1600s. Like it was, high heels were actually initially invented for men, and in the aristocracy, like men to show their wealth would wear like wigs and makeup and all that kind of stuff. So it's like styles change and societal norms change, but at the same time the way we feel hasn't really changed, because people have been trans forever, people have been gay forever. And so it's like it's just like now there's a whole bunch of information. The only thing that really sucks is now there's a whole bunch of people who are attacking us because they don't want to accept us. They don't want to accept that this is reality. Like they literally don't want to accept reality. Like they're just like, oh, it makes me uncomfortable, so it shouldn't exist. And it's like fuck off, buddy. But I'm so happy that people her age have like a lot more love and support and a lot of information, because knowledge really is power, and knowledge gives you the information you need to make the right decisions for you. And if somebody is going through something as difficult as gender dysphoria, if you don't have any information and you don't have any support, you're going to make really bad decisions. And you might, some people even order hormones online, which is extremely dangerous, because there's like a lot of potential for dangerous or even deadly interactions and stuff like that, because you need a doctor to work with and stuff. Prince and David Bowie and Boy George were never questioned because they were artists. Yeah, I mean, they were very non-binary, or at least very like gender fluid. I mean, it's funny, like people like it was considered masculine style to look like Prince back in like the ancient Egyptian days. Like Prince would have been like an Egyptian pharaoh. Like he very, like, what we consider feminine was considered masculine back then. My best friend in high school that I'm still friends with, she also has a trans daughter. Well, that's amazing. Because it's beautiful when people find out their identity and are able to live it. That's beautiful, no matter what the case. But being transgender is an extremely rare thing. There's like 0.43% of the American population is transgender, and obviously that's still only among the people who've reported it. So that's not counting the people who are in the closet or who don't know yet. Because there's three different stages. Well, there's there's three different stages. There's the stage where you don't really know, you don't really think about anything at all, like you're still a child. But then there's the stage where you start feeling, okay, so there's 4 stages. So then there's the stage where you start feeling like the feelings, but you don't know what they are. You just think it's like other stuff. And then there's a stage where you start to question it, and you start to realize that, hey, like this might be gender dysphoria, and you don't tell anybody, like you're in the closet. And you might do some people might do things like you'll wear like women's underwear or women's clothes in private and stuff like that. And it used to be considered to be, and to some people it still is, used to be considered like a perversion. Like people would see like, oh, you should be ashamed if you're, hiding like in private putting on women's clothes if you're a man, but obviously men can wear women's clothes too. Gender dysphoria is a very different thing. Like case in point, there's plenty of men who identify as men who wear like a ton of more makeup than I ever would, and who like wear like extremely like flowing dresses and stuff, and put on like when you think of drag queens and stuff, there's that's that this like who still identify as men. So it's like that's a completely different thing. Ellie started transition a few years ago, so she has been an amazing resource for me. Having a friend that is a mom of a trans daughter has been so wonderful for me. I'm really happy that that you have so much that you have so much love in your heart, and you're willing to. The biggest thing is that you're not like. You seem to be very open and like willing to look at information and I don't know. Your daughter is very lucky to have you. I'm very attracted to drag queens and androgynistic people. I'm pretty, I started off from a very androgynous place, and androgyny kind of runs in my family on my mom's side. So it's like, I'm actually kind of more of the lucky ones, because there's some women who transition at my age who are very sad and are very dysphoric, because sometimes people like work out a lot in order to like deal with those feelings of dysphoria, because some people, I kind of went the opposite direction in my behavior, but some people start acting really hyper masculine, and they start working out, and they start doing all these really manly, traditionally manly things. And once you built all that muscle mass, it's really difficult to lose it, and pretty much you can't lose. I mean, yeah, you can lose it, but it's not really, it's gonna take really long time. But like, it's like, I can only imagine what people who are dealing with that, but I'm kind of lucky. Like, people say I'm very, very passing. And, I started off from a very androgynistic place, and my voice is more of a tenor. So it's like, I'm trained as a musician and in voice, so I'm a little bit more equipped to start. I'm doing a gender, I'm doing vocal coaching for the next year. Private. Well, it's online coursework with private meetings, one-on-one meetings, over the course of the year. So. It takes time and it takes practice, and I've been really bad about practicing lately, but I'm gonna get there, and I really do trust myself. But people have even said that my voice is very passing, but internally I feel extremely dysphoric. I feel extremely masculine in spite of what people say. But some people might be like outside, like they have like super muscular features, and they have like jawlines that are very masculine, and they have big foreheads, and they feel perfectly fine with transitioning, and that more power to them. Okay, like some people are able to do that. If I'm really glad that I don't have to live with that, and I should be and I'm not. I try not to be judgmental, because I kind of feel bad having that take on it. Not really a take, having that feeling about it. But that's only because that's how I would feel, and I'm not them. So I started off from a place of androgyny, meaning that I'm probably going to be like freaking like supermodel status. Like, let's be real, okay? Like, I'm a superstar, okay? But no, seriously, I don't know about that, but like, I'm already very pretty, okay? I've been told by many people, and obviously sometimes people try to be nice, but I've been told by people like who were like very serious with me, like you have a very you're very beautiful, and not like beautiful as a man, like feminine beauty. And I'm like, oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Yeah, exactly. But then at the same time, I also feel like, are they just saying that to make me feel warm and fuzzy? And I'm like, whatever, I'll take it. Either case, like, it doesn't matter. But I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm really spoiled. Not spoiled. I feel like I'm being ungrateful. But then my therapist and my case manager and my doctors, they all really care about me, and they all know like my life story, and they're very helpful for me. I have a team of amazing doctors here in Sonoma County, and this is a very progressive part of California. It's near Guerneville, which is like considered one of the most, I think, like one of the most progressive towns in the United States. So I'm in a very good place right now. To be like, as far as being around people who really understand me and who really support me. And you know, Guerneville is generally like, I don't know, it's a very it was on a top 10 list online of top supportive of LGBT, and it also has a very high homeless population, so it does have problems. But what was I going on? I don't know what I was talking about. I forgot what I was talking about. Missoula, Montana is on that list too. Yeah, I mean, there's places I want to go visit, because there's only certain places I feel like, I think if I want to travel the country and also travel other countries, I think I need to like work my way up to it. I think that, and that's probably one of the places. And you know, it would be nice to visit Montana in general, because some people on my, you know, like my mom's side of the family came from Montana, so it's like I kind of want to go visit Montana to kind of see what they saw. But I kind of want to start, like, that's a good starting point. I'll start in Missoula. Like that's a very good starting point. And you know, I'll visit all the places on that really progressive list for LGBT people, and then I can gradually like explore outwards as to, you know, like see places in the United States that, and obviously there's places I will never go. Like if I'm gonna be 100% real, there's places that I will never feel comfortable going to. And I don't know, that's just how it is. There's countries I can never go to. You know, my life is at risk. And you know, that's just a reality. Hopefully life can change for all trans people and all LGBT people, but you know, you can't really force that. It sucks, but there's places where if you're LGBT, you can get murdered, and it's not even against the law. So it's like, it's fucked up. I think if you're American, you're a little bit safer, because then it might be considered an act of an attack on the U.S. Because it's like, if somebody attacks an American citizen, it's like, well, that's an American citizen, and I don't know. I don't want to risk it. You know, it sucks because, like, you know, that limits me as a chess player, because it means there's certain countries I can't go to play chess. But you know, I think that's fine. And if I ever do reach, like, you know, honestly, I don't think it's gonna be a problem. I don't think I'm ever gonna reach the very top of chess. I don't even think it's possible. Usually the people who get to the very top level, they started when they were like 6 or like 5 or 6 or 7, and they like trained really hard from a very young age, and then they got to Grandmaster, and then they continued going on past that for like years and years and years. So I don't think I have to worry too much about that, because then it's like I would not be able to go to some tournaments just because of travel risk. Yeah, people hate what they don't understand. But sometimes it's more than that, though. Sometimes there's like actual like animosity. Like people just don't want to understand. You know, it's like there's a lot of complicated things. I feel like the people who we should focus on are obviously the people who already, you know, we need to stand united with people who do support us and be like kind of have solidarity, but also the people who just don't understand and have a fear response, like you said, like those are the people who are most likely to flip once they start to understand. Because if people understand, then why would they continue living in hate? But if people do understand and they continue to live in hate, then that's a different kind of hate. You know, that's just something that you can't really change. Like there's some people that you just can't change, and it sucks. I really wish that wasn't the case. Oh, and I hope you liked. I don't know if you saw my little story I wrote early this morning. I wrote a little story about a little bluebird. It was about being trans, pretty much. I hope you liked it. I don't know if you saw it or not. Aw, thanks. I hope you liked it. I mean, it made me very emotional. I cried like every single time I read it. Like every single time I read it like multiple times, and I cried at the same time at the same spots, because it's so personal to me. The Discord is great, isn't it? Yeah, see, everyone seems really nice, and I don't really feel any toxicity so far. I'm pretty sure that's gonna stay that way. um, it seems like a very LGBT friendly space. There seems to be allies there and LGBT peoples. So I'm not sure. Like I don't assume about people. You know, I think I like the idea of just like using pronouns, because when you use pronouns, it doesn't like define like whether or not you're cisgender, whether or not you're transgender. I feel like that should be the norm. Like if like you don't like start off like, you know, what's sometimes people come into my chat and they say, "What are you?" And I'm like, okay, that's rude. I went on Omegle once and to have fun. I made a video. I wanted to put it up on YouTube, but I need to edit it, and I'm so lazy about editing because there were some, you know, people whipping out their penises. So it's like I can't put that up on YouTube. I have to cut those out, or at least blur them out if I want to use them for comedic effect. Or put like an image over it to like block it out. But because I reacted to it sometimes in a funny way that I want to put up on the YouTube video. Your own Discord is accepting and friendly, but it doesn't feel like home to me. Yeah, so the other Discord that you invited me to, that was the tiny community. So I don't know. It's like communities are a weird thing. Like it's funny how like your own I feel the same way about my own Discord. Like the people who are on my Discord are like random people who like might be trolls but don't say anything because they don't want to get banned. So, and like sometimes I see some really weird posts, but like barely anybody talks on my Discord, so it's like I really don't feel at home in my Discord. So it's funny how that works out. Yeah, you know, I need to stop being upset that I have dead space. Like, I don't have to be talking like the entire stream, okay? Like, without stopping. It's like sometimes I'm like, I feel bad just for taking like a couple seconds. Honestly, it feels so different when you're in the act of streaming. Like when you're actually streaming, it feels like time goes by so slowly. But when you watch it later, it's like, wow, like that was nowhere near what I thought it was. Like, and sometimes I just like I need to gather my thoughts, and you know that's why chess is a good thing. You know, sometimes I can just focus on the chessboard. And that's checkmate. These are really easy puzzles. I'm really just trying to take it easy. Mine are all followers and supporters. Well, that's good. Okay, so I need to tell you, and obviously I can't stop you from finding this video, but like I said earlier, the first few months of my transition, I had some really ugly moments, and I screamed a lot. And a lot of this is just remnants of who I used to be in my shell of a person. And you know, I live with my dad, and sometimes he can be really drunk and really annoying, but sometimes he outright says like really kind of hurtful things, and he doesn't realize it. He's really kind of simple. I'm pretty sure he's also on the spectrum, but in a different way. He hasn't had an official diagnosis. He refuses to go to therapy or anything. He's like a complete raging alcoholic, doesn't want to admit it, all that kind of stuff. But I love my dad. He has a good heart, but he does have issues, just like we all do. We all have issues. But anyway, like, I don't know, it was really bad. It was really bad. We were having fun on stream, we were playing chess, and, you know, he was just really drunk, and he was, like, starting to annoy me, and, I don't know, I was just, like, kind of getting annoyed, but then, the pizza came. My dad ordered a pizza, and then, like, he started talking to the pizza guy about my transition without my consent. And obviously I'm fine. I'm on Twitch. Like, I'm literally out I'm completely out. Okay, like, that wasn't really the issue. It was just the way it happened, and I just reacted really negatively to it. And I started really and my dad was just kind of like refusing to change. And obviously things have changed since then. My dad, I love my dad. My dad loves me, and he's learned a lot. And you know, it takes time for some people, but you know, I screamed at him so loud, and the cops came, and I was actually hospitalized. I obviously ended the stream before that happened, but I was put in like a 70, I mean, I think I was only gone for, I don't know, I think it was just overnight. But you know, it was a really bad moment, and I screamed, and I screamed and I screamed and I screamed, and I ruined my voice for like a few days. And I made a stream the next day, and I was like apologizing, and I cried, and I was like talking about, you know, I love my dad, you know, he's my dad. And people don't want to see that. They only see the anger. Hey Nazio, are you talking about that video? Yeah, exactly. So there's this asshole named Frank Hassel, and he really is an asshole. Like, he's freaking he like showed up to some guy's house and like harassed him. I guess they were fighting about something, and the guy like pulled out a gun. He's like super right-wing, like complete, like he does like the whole prank video stuff, but like he shows up to like people and like sits down next to them while they're having a private like family meal, and he does all sorts of shit. Like he blows like vape smoke in people. Like, he goes in public and he calls people who are working out like betas, and he insults people in front of their face. Like, so obviously whatever video he makes is gonna be shit, but and all of his followers are just like him. Like, they're all just like 4chan assholes. Yeah, so, you know, and I'm not saying everybody who watched it, you know, because some people just are concerned, and then once they get to know me, they realize that that's not the reality, that it was. And obviously I'm never going to deny that, you know, because pretty much everything that was in that video, obviously he did take clips that were just like me having fun and being silly, and he made it look like it was really creepy and weird. So obviously, you know, he painted me as a monster. But then I'm really glad, you know, at the very least, I think he had some human decency, and he posted the response that I did afterwards, which showed me as my more human side. But at the same time, like, he still painted me as a complete monster, and he knew the response he would get from his viewers. You know, the majority of his viewers are like super alt-right people, you know, like they're all like freaking transphobes. So it's like so it's like, it's terrible. It got like 30,000 views before somebody reported it and took it down. I didn't report it. I didn't even want to bother reporting it. I'm like, whatever. I don't want to stir up drama because I don't want to cause a I don't want to fight this guy. And I even let him up. He showed up to one of my Twitter lives once, and he said, let me on your live. And I'm like, okay. And I after a couple times he asked, I'm like, okay, Frank, like, I'm gonna give you one chance and one chance only to explain yourself and tell me why. Obviously I'm never gonna like accept him, but like because he just is a shitty person. But I gave him one chance to like talk and actually be a human being, and instead he just doubled down on his bullshit, and I banned him from my Twitter. Yeah, it's called The Box Life. So people, and I have it banned in the chat. So if anybody says Box Life or Frank Hassel, no, I shouldn't say it. Oh, god damn it. Because then people are going to try to work around it. Jeez. And not you specifically, but I'm just saying these people are... I'm not going to discount anything. For some reason, for people who hate me, they seem to watch me a lot. Like, they watch my videos. Like, I wouldn't put it past them that they watch all my lives. Like, that's how pathetic they are. That they put that much time. Like, it actually makes me feel good. Like, if somebody is willing to watch all my lives just so they can troll me, like, that makes me feel really special, honestly. But I mean, I'm still not gonna let them hurt me. Yeah, I got a lot of hate from it, and I still do. I don't, and you don't rent space in their head. Yeah, exactly. It's their own problems. Like whatever they do, that's their own shit. Like that has nothing to do with me. And you know, it does suck because it's a very terrible thing that happened. I did rewatch it like a month or two ago. It's actually not as bad as it could be. There's been worse stuff and worse scandals on the internet, so I really don't think it's something that I'm that's gonna ruin my career. Like honestly, like, and I've talked openly about it. And you know, like some people, they will double down and defend themselves and like say like, no, that behavior is okay, but like people will do that shit for like years and still not be canceled. So it's like I don't think I'm gonna ever get canceled because of that. Like I like, you know, like people tell me, and I know that I'm a good person, and I'm willing to adapt and change and understand things, and you know, learn from my mistakes. Oh well, thank you for coming by, Notch. I really appreciate talking to you. But yeah, people will come into my chat, and you know, it's a lot less than it was. Like it was people, you know, it used to be like 40 people at a time would come in and troll me. Now, like every now and then, like every couple weeks or something, somebody comes in a chat and say, "Oh, hey, Box Life," and obviously that just gets filtered out. And I'm gonna be on the lookout for those people and be like, if they say anything remotely like toxic, hey, Erzenfin. Aww. I miss you so much. I'm so sorry I don't remember you, but thank you for the happy birthday wishes, official chip. Sorry, Urizenfen. I'm so sorry I don't remember. But I'm glad that you're able to, that you missed me and now you're back. So in any case, welcome back, and I feel loved and I feel appreciated, and I appreciate you. I appreciate you letting me know. It's okay, I still love you, lovely streamer. Aw, thank you. There's one person I haven't seen in a while, which is Ms. B Needs a Drink. I really miss her. Like, Ms. B Needs a Drink was like one of my favorite viewers. Saw in Notch Discord, so thought oh! Well, thanks for stopping by. I'm glad that I can connect with people and like meet new people. I really, you know, that's one of the main reasons why I stream, is because I don't like being alone. I like meeting new people and hearing people's perspectives, and just, you know, just enjoying the moment. Like sometimes, like, you know, I have this like tendency to always be working on something, you know, like I have to be like solving world hunger, or like, you know, it's like, but sometimes it's okay just to like enjoy people's company and just enjoy the moment. You don't have to even talk. Like obviously I'm gonna talk on stream, but like, you know, with my friends, like sometimes I just want to like put my head on my friend's shoulder, but obviously you can't do that because of COVID. But you know, I really just want to like just have silent moments with my friends sometimes, but we never really do that. It's gonna be so different after we're safe from COVID. I'm in your stream, but yeah, happy birthday. Yeah. Oh, I actually, you know, I it's like I don't like getting like a million alerts. I don't know. It doesn't seem to be like there's too much. I'm gonna allow it. I'm not gonna mute notifications for the Discord. So until it becomes an issue, because I don't like getting constant alerts on my phone. So I mute like every other Discord on my Discord. So even my Discord, I mute my Discord. But I don't mute direct messages. I don't know. It's just like sometimes I feel I'm gonna mute it. Because I don't like being like, but I allow DMs, and I can mute individual DMs if it becomes an issue, so it's fine. It's just when I oops. Oh, okay, so that wasn't from the Discord. Okay, so I already had the Discord muted. That's okay. Okay, so it was a DM. Oh, never mind. It's Notch's group. Okay. Everything's muted, everything's Gucci. Yeah, I mute everything except direct mentions. Yeah, I mean, I mute everything except for except for DMs, like actual DMs. Oof, I'm getting lightheaded. I need to drink some water. But yeah, you know, I try to move past that because that was like March and April of 2020. A lot has happened since then, and I've changed a lot. I've gotten a lot of therapy since then, and obviously hormones are balancing things out a lot more since then. And I just feel a lot better about myself since then, and also I have a better relationship with my dad since then. So some people are unable to see that. Some people are unable to look past that. They just see one thing and they just paint me as a monster. And it's sad because there's people who just, obviously I don't blame them sometimes. Like, obviously if they're just straight up toxic, that's different. But like, there's people who are just like, they see that and they just have a gut reaction. They're like, oh, you're a monster. Why are you abusing your dad? And I'm like, yeah, like, I don't blame some of these people because they just see that and they make a judgment on me based on that. But yeah, I have to DM you then, won't I? Yeah, exactly. I read my DMs. Don't worry. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's like not all of them are toxic. That's the real problem. Because obviously the toxic people I can just ignore. But like the real thing that hurts me is when somebody's not necessarily toxic, but they still are a little bit quick to judge. Because, people have emotional intelligence at different rates. Emotional intelligence is really something that I don't think we should ever like judge people for, because some people have different levels of emotional intelligence and patience with people. Some people just don't have patience. But yeah, most of the people who come into my chat who are upset about that Box Life video, most of them are gonna be banned. Because they get a warning. They get like a timeout just because I have Nightbot like filter them, and that should be a warning, because obviously if Nightbot is filtering their chat. But like I usually tell people like I tell people to watch themselves. Like, I still don't know the ideal way to deal with the problem. It's still something that like it's gonna take a while. Eventually people forget. I mean, obviously the internet never forgets, but people will forget. And obviously as I grow as a streamer and as a person, and whatever level of career I end up having, especially if I blow up, like if I go completely viral, then that's definitely going to be an issue. Like that's like the issue. But as far as like other streamers go who are like even like top like level, like very top of the top Twitch streamers, like they've recovered from worse, like people, so I need to stop worrying about it. And also that's a very hypothetical situation that's probably not going to happen. So love you too, bye. Thanks for stopping by. Any amount of support, like even just showing up and saying hi, even just like saying hi to me on Discord, even just any amount of support is very much appreciated. I feel loved, I feel seen, I feel heard, I feel like I'm not alone. And like I said earlier, one of probably the top reason why I stream is because I just don't want to be alone. And I really do think that's a very important thing for me. I'm not necessarily winning the night. I also need to remember to breathe, because I have a hard time breathing sometimes. Sometimes I talk too loud. I remember, I keep forgetting my microphone picks up a lot. So it's like I don't know how I constantly do this. Like, I constantly forget how good my microphone is. It's like a $40 mic, but it's like some people have said, wow, you have a really good mic. Like, I'm like, it's just a $40 mic. Like, geez. Being alone has its perk. Yeah, I mean, there are times I definitely, that's when I end the stream. That's when I just do my own thing. But the thing is, I have major depressive disorder. I'm on the autism spectrum. I spent my whole life undiagnosed until I was 31 years old, which is when at the same time, incidentally, that's when I started my transition. That's because I started going to therapy and really working with my doctors. Like, so I've been getting a lot of things that were undiagnosed, starting to work on, like I'm able to move forward and get healthy. But major depressive disorder is a huge thing because there'll be weeks or months at a time that I just get so depressed, and I'm in a state of depression right now. It seems to be on the way out now, though. I feel like I'm on the way out. I'm starting to feel a lot more positive with myself, because I know what the ups and downs feel like, and I was in a deep slump for like the past 2 months, and COVID doesn't help, and it's just really bad because sometimes I just won't even turn on my computer. I won't even go online. I won't even go on Discord. I won't talk to anyone. I'll just like be on my phone, like just like looking at like YouTube, or not even that. Like sometimes I just don't even get out of bed. And sometimes I don't even have the energy to play video games. I don't have the energy to read a book. I don't have the energy to watch movies or Netflix or anything. Like I'll literally just be in bed and miserable. I won't leave the house, won't even leave my room, and I feel imprisoned in myself. That's what depression is. Like that, it's like a prison you built for yourself. That some of it's chemical, but for me, like it's neurological. Like it's because of a lifetime of abuse, not necessarily overt abuse, but like it was just, if somebody hits you with a little teeny spoon very softly, but does it for like years upon years upon years, even if they didn't intend to, because a lot of it, because I'm on the spectrum, my mind interpreted things in ways that neurotypical people wouldn't. And so I internalized a lot of things that most people wouldn't have. And so yeah, there was abuse, like from my mom and from other people, teachers, other students, and neighborhood kids and family members, and I was bullied everywhere. The only person who never bullied me was my dad and my sister. So it's like the only two people who've never bullied me. My dad has bullied me on it, in a different way, not in the way that everybody else did. COVID has been really tough for people. For the record, I'm a good listener and always up for a chat. Feel free to message me anytime I add you on Discord. Yeah, I apologize. Sometimes, I have a weird way of talking to people. I talk to different people in different ways. And there's certain people I don't know how to describe it. And this is autism for you, by the way. So I attach different methods of thought to different people. I don't know if this is a hey Ripunj Bansal. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. Welcome to the stream. Like I will attack. I don't know if I'm explaining this well. So if there's okay, let me make a hypothetical. Let me draw it. Okay, like let me draw it. Let me open up let me open up Krita and get my tablet out. Drawing stream. I mean, artwork stream. If I can find my tablet, jeez, my Wacom. Whack'em sock'em off'em. Whack'em sock'em robots. Okay. Oh, now. Okay, I need to untangle. Oh, never mind. It's fine. Okay, and here's my stylus. Okay. And let me just load that up on OBS because I need to do that. Ah! And then I ruined this again. My webcam froze. Okay. Krita's taking a while to open. Sometimes I think that's why my webcam goes out, but sometimes I also think that it's just the wiring. So I don't know. I actually don't know what's causing it to freeze. Oh, and then I closed my laptop on accident. Jeez. problems. Okay. Yeah, give me a second while I get my bearings, okay? Okay. Okay, and now I got my my tablet. How come Krita's not opening? Or is it still opening? Okay, it's opening. It just takes a while to open. It's kind of so okay. I need to wait until it's open. Okay, now I need to close it and restart it. Jeez. Oh, I think what it is I need to close YouTube. And I also need to close the preview until it's open. Like I think I just needed to allow the resources. Oh, you know what it is? I think Windows Update took a bunch of RAM because it's asking me to restart. I'll do that after the stream. Don't worry. It's fine for now. I think I just have to I think I have to just do some workarounds until then. Like I had to close YouTube and I can open it back up after it's open. Like I just need to open up a new template. Okay. Okay, and it'll take a second. Everything needs to load. So I'm gonna draw this concept for you. First of all, sometimes things just also there's a situation. There's like a focus mode I want to go into. But Canvas. Oh, I just pressed tab. Okay. Canvas only. And then I can open up YouTube again. Okay. Just open that up. Okay. And I should put it on lower than 720p or whatever. Okay. And then what I need to do is I need to actually load Krita on on the thing. I need to do the thing. What thing? Okay, there it is. Oh, obviously. Okay, there we go. Okay. Let me... Yeah, it's fine. Okay. So, we have... Okay, I need to get my bearings, like I said. I also need to remember how to use... how to use the program. Okay. Use a Benny pen. Okay. Okay. Racers. Oh. There we go. Okay. And I'm gonna be able to just my favorites. There we go. Oh, that's how I get eraser quickly. Okay. Magic ink. There we go. Wait, how do I just... Can I just add this to favorites? Oh, I have to go back to this. Oh, I can just do brush preset history. There we go. It's probably better. Okay, so we have person 1. We have person 2. We have person 3. They have a cowboy hat or a... We have person 4. And they got some kind of Bart Simpson hair. Okay. Okay. And yeah, this person is, they're all smiling or okay, so we have all these people. Okay, I'm gonna call them A, B, C, and D. Okay. And here's me. Okay, Rebecca. Okay, there's me. Okay, and so when I talk, this person is talking to me. I'm interpreting everything in this own little story. I've developed like a story that is attached directly to that person. So in that story, I know their life, what they stand for, how they feel about things, and I attach that to what I say to them and what they say to me. And sometimes I can control it a little bit, and I can just say, you know what, it doesn't have to be that way. So obviously, because people are people aren't tools. And so it's like I need to treat people like people, not like how I see them, but who they really are. But like I said, this is how autism works for me, is that I attach specific ideas and I talk to specific people certain ways based on this story. So when I'm talking to this person, I can use that story too, but and this is where it gets complicated. Is that when there's other people, I'm not just using that first story, but I'm also connecting a different story to them, and also connecting that different story to this story, and also connecting this story to some kind of new story. So it's like everything in my life is a story. And so I make all sorts of stories about people, about events, and they're all somewhat connected. Sometimes they're connected to nothing. Sometimes they're connected to just like some empty page that has like some kind of vague, like maybe it has like a title, maybe it just has like a few words scribbled down, who knows. But so whenever I talk to new people, this person, for example, if I want to talk to this person, and I have a blank page, and obviously I have my other stories that I can draw from, but I don't know this person's story yet in my mind. And so when I talk to them, I'm like trying to figure out this story. And so when I talk to that person, I don't talk to this person in the same way that I talk to this person or this person. And then, this person might be different than this person. And it's like, obviously I do like try to maintain my own consistency, but like, and it's gotten better over the years, but it's so exhausting because every single new person I meet, I have to do this over and over and over and over again, because I have to like test the waters with every single person I meet. I have to know what they stand for. I have to know how they feel about certain issues. And there's also a unique way that we interact because they have a different energy. They have different. Oh, this person doesn't have arms. Okay. So it's like, and in a way, let me. Let me erase some things. In fact, I'll erase everything. In a way, here's my Twitch stream. Twitch. Okay, here's my Twitch stream. Well, here's me And I have to treat this person, I have to treat this like a person as well. And so I have this story that I've been developing since I started on Twitch about how I interact with my stream, how I interact with my chat, based on everything else that I have. So it's like there's this connection to this, but this is like a subcategory, and this is like a subcategory. And these may or may not be connected, and then there might be other stories that are connected to Twitch but aren't connected to either of these. And there might be a story that's connected to this but also connected to this but not connected to Twitch. Or at least there's some kind of like, it's starting a connection, but it's not quite connected yet. It's a plug, I guess. It needs to be plugged in. Like, it's starting to pull its way in, but it's not. And so it's like I treat Twitch like a person. As far as like the way I talk to my Twitch stream is different than I talk to everybody else in my life. And obviously a lot of this is common among, you know, other people too. Like, this isn't unique to just like me being trans. I mean, me being, to me being on the autism spectrum. Like, that's not unique to that. You know, other people have this too. The issue is that, like, for me, it's like it's like amplified. So for me, like, everything is like, here's like here's a neurotypical person. Here's a neurotypical person. If you want to look at a graph, and here's me. So here's a neurotypical person, and here's me. And I'm gonna, let's change colors for this. So, wait, can I? Okay. So I'm gonna make me, oops, on my alarm. I'm gonna end the stream after this. I'm gonna make me red. Yeah. Thanks, Chip, so much. It's okay. You don't always have to be here. It's fine. So yeah, and let's make this person blue. Okay, so this person, and let's call this, let's call this, this is, intensity. And this is trauma. So if let's say each traumatic event that's happened, like something that's negative. If something negative happens to this person, the level of intensity, like this might be like they have like a normal baseline of trauma, but then something big happens, and then they're able to just like quickly get back here. But for me, so I'm kind of like up and down a lot, but then something really traumatic happens, and then it's like kind of a slow, gradual, you know, it gets faster as it gets closer, but then I kind of like down low for a while, but then goes back up, and then goes back down, and goes back up. Like, that's what it's like for me. This is what every moment of my life is like. It's up and down and up and down, and then if it's something really bad happens, it goes way up. And then it's like it gradually goes down. Why do you think you experience things? Because I'm autistic. Hey, friends of Kirby. I mean, I'm diagnosed. Like, this is what me and my therapist and my doctors are working on. Like, this is literally what it's like for me. And for a neurotypical person, like this is what it might be like just baseline, and it might be going up and down a little bit, but it's basically kind of the same. And then something traumatic happens, and then obviously it's going to go up the level of intensity, but then it's going to kind of gradually go back down, and it's going to go relatively quickly. And thanks to the birthday wishes, thank you, friends of Kirby. But yeah, it's exhausting, because if you add these are only two aspects of my autism. And you may not have been here in the earlier explanation, but basically I have to create a new story and connections to those stories for every single new person I meet. And I can treat chat and obviously certain members. Hey Harold, thank you, copy. I can treat the big thing for me that's the most draining is that every single new person I meet, and let me try to see if it, I think it stores a lot of stuff in history. No, it doesn't. It only went back. Oops. Yeah. So whenever I meet a new person, with Twitch, it's I'll have to explain Twitch in a second, because you have to explain this first part. If you have 4 different people, I have to create in my mind a story about that person. And every single time that I meet a new person, I have to learn them from scratch, and I have to learn how to interact with them from scratch. Oh, thank you, Harold. And then, but I mean, obviously, as time has gone on, and as I met more people, and as I I can do this faster and more efficiently, and with less frustration and less exhaustion as time has gone on, and as I'm learning new tools with my therapist. But for every single person, I have to develop a new method of interacting with them, basically from scratch. And I can't interact with somebody this all started with because a viewer was saying, you can talk to me about anything on Discord. And I have to say, there's a lot of things that I can't talk about in the same way, just because I built a story. I have to build up it's like an RPG. You have to level up. I start from level 1 when it's a new person, but there's some people that I'm already at level 50, people I've known for longer. And so it's and that's exhausting. And I kind of treat Twitch as an individual person, like Twitch chat. Obviously, there are users in my chat who I know on Discord or even in real life sometimes. I don't think there's anybody in my Discord. There was one person I met in real life and I worked with. So it's there's at least one person I know in real life. But yeah, that's exhausting, because every single person I meet, I have to start from level 1. In addition to that, and this is only a tip of the iceberg for my autism stuff. So compared to neurotypical people, and obviously different people are different. Whenever there's trauma, and trauma can be something as small as I spilled my food on the floor, or somebody is screaming in my face, or my life is in danger. Any kind of trauma. This is just general trauma. So say there's a regular type of trauma, you lost your job or something. So this is what the baseline is for a neurotypical person, and maybe it does go up a little as time goes on, and then everybody kind of goes up and down at their baseline. You never really stay at the same level of trauma, but then something bad happens, like you lose your job, or if we even say like you have a fight with somebody or something like that. So then you go up here with intensity, and then it gradually goes down, but it relatively fast, and you get back to your normal again. And then you repeat that every single time. But for me, even when there's my baseline is a lot more sporadic, because I'm experiencing trauma even from everyday activities. Because the way my brain interprets the universe, it interprets it at a much higher level. So even somebody saying hello has underlying meanings for me. Because when somebody says hello, it initiates all these cascades of... Okay, so I need to draw a new thing. Um, let me draw a new thing. So, let's say I need to get oops. So let's say something really basic happens. Like this person this person says, "Hi, Rebecca." And then I'm here looking really cute. Here's what I say. Hi. And let me draw, like, here's my brain. So inside my brain, this small interaction, there's like this thought is going over to this thought, and then this thought goes out here to this thought, to and then this thought goes back into this thought, and then this thought makes another thought which goes out here, and then this one goes back to the original thought, and then this original thought goes over here, and then it goes back to itself, and then sometimes I go into like a circle, and it just spirals and spirals and spirals and spirals, and then maybe it goes to another thought, and then it goes, and then I'm just kind of blank for a while at some other thought, and then I might eventually revisit some of these thoughts, and then might go back here, and then I might go back to the original thought. Okay, this is what my brain looks like. And this is only like a really crappy, I don't know how to explain it. Like, do you perceive external trauma as being personal or a manifestation of someone's own cumulative trauma? Like everything, I think that is a good way of putting it. So when something happens, and like this could be trauma, but and also in a similar way, somebody yelling at me, like somebody yelling at me with like a frowny face, shaking their fist at me and screaming at me. It could go this way, or I could react just like this, like, okay, like normal, and just kind of exist in this harmony right here. Or I could be in this one, and it's a coin toss, and it's always like this. And they're basically all, I mean, obviously no two traumas are equal, but at the same time, this person screaming at me can be just as traumatic as this person just saying hi and smiling at me. And I have no idea of knowing when this will happen. And so I'm constantly like careful. I'm constantly like, it's constantly happening. Whether or not I literally anything. And it goes well beyond just somebody saying hi. Like even just 1 second passing. Like everything about the universe, and according to my brain, has changed. Everything around me. The air has shifted. Something like everything. Like I take in all. Like I have so much external stems. Like I have a huge issue with stems. I don't even notice sometimes, but I move around in circles a lot. Like when I'm talking to people, or when I'm listening to music, or especially when I'm performing music. I don't really realize it at the time, but if I watch recordings of myself playing my clarinet, like in an ensemble, I was actually approached by my conductor. He was like, "Hey, Rebecca, you're moving too fast. I mean, you're moving too much while you're playing." And I'm like, "Oh, like I thought you said it's good to move." And he's like, "Yeah, but you're moving a lot, and it's really distracting." And I'm like, "Oh, well," but like this is something I can't really control. Like I just kind of like. I'm like a boat, like I'm moving all the time, and apparently I was like this when I was a baby. Musicians have a natural tempo they carry. Yeah. I mean, there's that, but there's also like I've been like this since I was a baby. Like, I literally just take in information in my brain and I'm constantly like rolling around in it. It's autism. Like, that's what it is. That's why I have a diagnosis. But yeah, I mean, if you wanna have a little bit more understanding of what it's like to be Rebecca, this is the only tip of the iceberg. Those 3 things, and I don't know. It can be really exhausting. It's really fucking exhausting. Okay, like that's basically like that's like tip of the iceberg of putting it. Anyway, I've been streaming for almost 3 hours. I'm gonna take a break because I have a lot of stuff to do today later. You know, I have my therapy appointment. I'm working with my case manager later, and generally I just need to rest. Like I said, you know, right now I'm kind of like in an even keel. You know, there's always something going on. Like, you know, it's once I start like putting it down into words, it's already changed. Like that's what I'm trying to get at. Like, I can't lock in. Like, I do have tendencies, and I can notice over time. You know, I'm 33 today. It's my birthday. So I've had a lot of information. I actually am able to make predictions now because I have enough data. But like I said, like, the same tendencies, like the external tendencies, like what people see, changes. I mean, hasn't changed, but the way my brain perceives it has. And so I constantly have to readjust, reevaluate, develop a new method every moment of my life. It's constantly changing. Every single moment is new for me. And so I have to like rebuild myself from scratch every single moment. And sometimes it's really fast. Like, obviously, most of the time it's just like bloop, 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 bloop. But then sometimes it's like bloop, boo, and it goes all the way down. And I have to build up like slowly for like weeks or months at a time. Yeah, I'm gonna take it easy. I'm having a good day today as far as that goes. I don't know what to call it. My therapist has been asking me to attach names to things. What would I call it? I'm gonna call it chaos theory. Okay. Well, this has been a really fun stream. Really, I couldn't go without streaming on my birthday. It just had to happen. We had to have a birthday stream, okay? So thanks everyone for the love and the support, and thanks for stopping by. I really love all y'all. I really don't know what I could do without you. I mean, like, it just feels so good, like, having somebody to talk to when you feel alone. I think that's the biggest thing. And I really don't know how I would get through life without everybody that's on my Twitch. So yeah, here is a please show your support to this person, show them love, and I will see you all later. Bye.